Good. Today's webinar is about email management workflows and tried and tested tips. So we will give you some really nice tips on how to manage your emails more efficiently. Maybe you heard about some of them. Maybe you're already using some of them. I hope some of these tips are new to you. As I said before, webinar is recorded. You will get the recording probably tomorrow morning. And I think that's all. Did I forget anything? Then I would say we start. Good. I will share my screen now. You should see Apple Mail any minute here. And I'm doing the demo in Apple Mail because we asked on the registration form for this webinar which front end you're using. And front end, I mean which email program you're using. And 70% of you guys are using Apple Mail. The good thing is everything I show you today can be easily transferred to Outlook and Gmail as well. So it's actually the Mailbutler sidebar, which we see here, right, is exactly the same in Gmail and Outlook. Just in Gmail, there are some features more integrated into the Compose view, and in Outlook, it's more tricky with the sidebar sometimes, but in the end, it's the same. So also when you have Outlook or Gmail related questions, also use the chat. Good. Let's start with the first tip. The first tip I have is disable your email notifications. The thing is, email notifications, you are receiving them over the day, they're interrupting your workflow, you always have an eye on them. Maybe you even jump from your task and check the email. So what I'm doing, I have like dedicated times during the day for my email inbox. I have Apple Mail closed actually most of the time. I only open it 3 times a day. It's in the morning when I start working, after my lunch break, and shortly before I stop working. And during these times, I go through all the emails, and I have 2 rules actually. One rule is when I go through these emails, when I can reply to them within 2 minutes, I do it right away. So the email is done. If I need more than 2 minutes, I need to mark these emails so I take care of them later. And there are different ways to mark them. For me, I personally identified actually 4 different ways to mark them, and there's no right or wrong actually. So you need to see which works for you. And I will quickly show these 4 options now. The first option is pretty straightforward. So you read an email, for example, this one. You read through it and think, okay, I need to take care of that, I don't know, tomorrow morning or later, whatever, not right away. Then you mark it as unread again. So every unread email means there's something to do for you. The thing is, you click around, it's marked as read again. So it's not super reliable or robust, this option. What I personally do when I read that email and I have a to-do for myself or I need to take care of it later, I always create a Mailbutler task. I write some notes for myself. I always set a reminder, even if it's just in 1 hour or next day, because if you don't set a reminder, it gets lost easily. And that's how I'm doing it. Another option is to add like a tag to the email. Here, for example, this email already has like 3 tags, and you could add, for example, I don't know, to do as a tag. Here I have one. And when you're done with going through all your emails, you can say, filter me all the emails with the to-do tag. The downside is you don't have the due dates there. So this means you don't know which one to prioritize or anything. Of course, you could work with more tags like urgent or mid, high, low priority, but you need to find your way there with tags. And the fourth option, which is actually very popular, but I'm not really using it, is the snooze option. Here you see the snooze icon, and you can say, okay, I need to take care of this email tomorrow, so snooze it until tomorrow, 9 o'clock. The email takes like 2 seconds, will disappear from my inbox. Now it's gone. It's in my snooze folder, and tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, it reappears as a new message. Then I have 2 options, taking care of the email or snoozing it again, but that's up to you. As you see, 4 different ways. You need to find the way which fits to your workflow. As I said, there's no right or wrong. Good. Let's next. So we marked all the emails, And now we're going through these emails. And as I said before, if there's an email which takes less than 2 minutes, for example, this one, just asking if I have time on Thursday, I can take care of it right away. There are different tools which helps me. The first one is like an artificial intelligence tool, which checks if there are any to-dos for me in that email. So you open the smart assistant here, and let's ask Maya, our smart assistant, to check for to-dos. So there is, for example, confirm Thursday meeting at 11. I can create this task right away, but that's why it didn't show up. I already have it here. Or send meeting notes. Normally it shows also up, but I had it here still. So I can confirm it right away. So I don't need a to-do for that. So I can discard it. And now let's confirm the meeting. I can do that by replying to that email, or way faster, I ask Maya to do the reply for me and say, okay, works well, please reply positively. Again, it takes like 2 to 3 seconds. It's super quick. So here's the reply. Perfect. Says, hey, Rogelio, I have time, blah, blah, blah. Open draft. I could check it. I could edit. I could remove some stuff which I don't like. But as you can see, I could reply to that email in 10 seconds, not even 2 minutes. Yeah. So then this email is done for me. Another tool. Yeah.
Sorry, Tobias, we have an interesting question.
Yeah.
So, Jerica, sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrongly. If you snooze an email until tomorrow, but later in the day want to find it, is it visible somewhere? Can you show our snooze folder?
Yeah.
Yes. So if you snooze an Tobias, you go.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Julia.
Yeah, so as Tobias is showing, if you snooze an email, it's always moved to the snoozed folder. So it's really a dedicated folder, right in your Apple Mail inbox. So you can access your emails from there. And you, of course, also have the option to unsnooze the email. So if you click the email, in the Mailbutler sidebar, you will see an option to wake the email up, basically. So if you want to unsnooze it earlier, then you can do it. So all your emails are always stored there.
Good.
And another question regarding our tags. Tony asks if they're only visible in the sidebar, not in the actual emails.
Yes, that's right. So at the moment, the tags would only be visible in the Mailbutler sidebar. You can also add tags, for example, notes or tasks, contacts, message templates. So on each element, they would basically be visible. At the moment, they're not visible on the email in Apple Mail itself, but this is something we want to work on in the future. So should be available in the future. Yeah.
Maybe to continue with tags, actually perfect timing, because we talked about the smart assistant to-dos and reply, but there's also a very helpful feature, the tags. And it's not about just marking emails that I need to take care of it. It's really about labeling and categorizing them. And for example, here, it's a long email. I could add like Project X. It's a Mailbutler product they're asking for. It's a hot lead. And what I can do now, I can go to the Mailbutler dashboard and filter all my emails. I'm here in the inbox. I have actually 2 filters applied. We can have a look at it. So I'm checking for hot leads in the last 7 days. And when I apply it, I find all the emails with that tag. Yeah. For example, I could even say hot leads in Germany when I do that. Germany. So I'm checking for 2 tags, Germany plus hot lead. There's only 1 email left. So it's really nice to filter through your emails to get exactly the user group or the email you're looking for. Yeah. Good. Another tool when going through your emails is summarize. Though I have a pretty long email here. And again, I ask the artificial intelligence, hey, please summarize that email because I don't want to spend time on reading the full email. I'm quickly reading the summary, recognizing, do I need to reply? Do I need to assign this email to someone else? Do I need to create a to-do for me? And so on. So I'm really saving time. The summary I've just created, I could create as a note. So I have a Mailbutler note here. The note can be added even. And again, tags and shared with. So all the functionality is here. So that's it about going through your emails. As you can see, I presented a lot of different tools. Have a look at them. Think about if they fit to your workflow, because that's very important to mention. Not every feature we're presenting today works for you, because maybe it's depending on the industry you're working in or the amount of emails you're receiving. So you really need to think about, does that fit into my workflow? Does it help to improve my workflow? Good, Julia.
Yeah. So after Tobias has demonstrated the power of Mailbutler to manage your inbox, we would like to share some tips with you that we recommend following when managing a busy inbox. So some of the tips are Tobias already presented, other tips you might already be following, but yeah, some tips we hope might be new to you. So yeah, here's what we recommend doing to basically win the fight against a busy inbox, which we all know only too well. So reduce the number of emails by unsubscribing from newsletters. So your inbox is probably being cluttered by a lot of newsletters that you never read or don't even remember subscribing to. We also recommend that you set yourself fixed times during your workday that are dedicated solely to reading your emails and replying to your emails. That way you make sure that you're completely focused on your emails and don't get distracted by other tasks. And when the time has come to check your emails, we recommend replying to emails immediately if replying takes you less than 2 minutes. If an email is more complex and it would take you more time to reply, it's okay to just let your recipients know that you've received their email, but you will get back to them later when you have more time. Moreover, to efficiently manage your inbox, you should avoid reading emails during a meeting or during critical tasks. You simply won't be able to concentrate on the emails. And last but not least, keeping an organized inbox at all times is really key when it comes to managing your inbox and keeping track of all the emails that you're receiving daily. Yeah, so these are our tips for managing a busy inbox. And now we're going back to the demo.
Yeah, so we read through all the emails, we replied to the very short emails. Now it's time to take care of the rest. And there are also tools which help you there. We already showed I will quickly show it again, this reply feature. But of course, most of the time you're also composing completely new email. So let's open a new email. And here you have actually, 3 ways to write an email. One way is you sit down and write it, like you probably do already. Second option is to use templates you prepared beforehand. When you have repeating the same or replying to the same email all the time, you create a template, reuse it. I will show it later. And the maybe new option to you would be to use artificial intelligence, which I will quickly demonstrate now. I prepared, give me a second, a prompt so I don't have to type it during the webinar. So we ask Maya again, oh, wait a second, we need to compose an email. And we want to compose actually a follow-up email. We're saying if they have sales question, they can contact us here for support here. And if they have any other question, they can simply reply to that email. So Maya is doing her job, composing an email. Again, 2 to 3 seconds. Here is the email. To be honest, it looks perfect. I would read through it now, but let's trust Maya for now because we don't have that much time. What we could do, if we say, okay, Maya, that's a little bit too long for me, we could tune it. And tune options are, for example, changing the format, changing the length. It's set to long, that's why it's so long. We can change the style, the tone, and even the language. So we could even say, translate it to German, for example. So what we don't change it now, we keep it as it is, and we say, okay, use that. So we have an email now. We would need to replace the recipient because Maya doesn't know it yet because we didn't enter anything. And the email would be good to go. But let's assume we really like that follow-up email and we want to reuse it in the future as well. So what we do, we simply copy it, steal it from Maya, the copy, and create a template out of it. Because the thing is, if you would always ask Maya to write it, you would always need to tell Maya what to write. And the thing is, Maya always come up with different emails, even if you use the same prompt. So save it as a template, makes sense. So we click on here on the template functionality. Down here, we can open the message templates menu. And from here, we can create new templates. Let's create a new one. Let's quickly paste it. Not waste too much time now here. Call it in one. And yeah, save it. It's already saved. Close it. And when I remove it, next time we send a follow-up email, we simply reuse the template. Here I used a different template now, but it's the same, because here I added even a placeholder, which we can add when creating the template. And this placeholder actually fills the email address name. Let's quickly do it. But don't be surprised, it will add my signature automatically. And now what we do now, click on this little eye, and it says the to name would be replaced by sending Dear Julia Wagatsky. And that's done automatically in the background. Yeah. Good. So we composed an email using artificial intelligence. We created a template which we can use all the time now. Let's assume we wrote that email by ourselves. And of course, we are still humans. We do typos. I'm just removing some stuff here, adding some typos, and now you would send it because you would not recognize these typos probably. And you don't want to spend time reading through your emails all the time. So what you can do now, even if you write your emails by yourself, mark it and ask Maya to improve it. This means Maya would rewrite everything and improve it, but we don't want her to rewrite anything. We just want to check spelling mistakes. Again, 2 to 3 seconds. Everything is live here. And as you see, finds, writing, quote, recently, and so on. The rest is fine. It's also updated the website. Yeah. And here, I have a typo, even www. Even that was already there. And I can say, okay, replace. Done. So now, from now on, even if I write the emails by myself, I can make sure that I don't send emails with typos anymore. Good.
Okay,
Let me
Tobias, we have a couple of questions regarding the smart assistant. So Jerica asks if Maya can learn her email writing style.
Yeah, so this is not possible, and that's simply due to the fact that we do not want our smart assistant to read all of your emails. So if the smart assistant would learn your style of writing, it would really need to access all of your emails, read them, process them, understand them, and we do not want them. Maya only accesses those emails which you're using her actively for. It doesn't access all of your emails, and we don't want to provide that for privacy reasons. You might have some emails with sensitive information, which you might not want Maya to access. So yeah, we've really decided that we only want Maya to read those emails, which you're actively using her for. And then, she reads only this one email and she doesn't read anything else. Yeah. So the answer to your question is no, but yeah.
And the other question I would like to mention now is from Mimi. She's asking if we can show the compose feature again, and maybe this is a great time to show the modifiers, which is basically our way of giving our users the flexibility to adjust the content of the email. So Maya can't really learn from your writing style, but you can make some adjustments to fit it to your needs.
Yeah, let's write quickly a prompt, 3 p.m. Please present, let's say, Black Friday results.
The important thing to remember here also is that what we're writing, I mean, it's called a prompt, but it's not really a prompt as such, because you don't need to tell Maya, please write an email on this and that. You just need to provide the content of the email, because Maya knows that what she's writing should be in the style of an email. So it's always writing the style of an email. It's not writing an essay or anything else.
Yeah. So as you see, it wrote an email. I had like a really basic prompt, to be honest. And what you can do now, it's maybe let's have a look. I hope this message finds you well. Yeah, it's very formal. Let's switch it to casual. Yeah, let's keep it friendly. Apply. So we just switched from to casual. So casual is more, can we meet tomorrow at 2 p.m.? I would go over the Black Friday results with you. So that's probably more like how you would write to your colleague, you know. If you write to an external client, you write it probably more formal and ask this way. And as, what did I do? Oh, sorry. Yeah, applied it already. So as you see, it's really, really powerful, this feature, and you can modify the reply based on the context, or who you're talking to. And it's 2 clicks always to change it. Yeah. Good. I would come back to my demo because Maya just destroyed my email. We wrote that email, or we used the template, doesn't matter, and we want to send it now. But it doesn't look good yet. It doesn't look professional because we don't have a nice professional signature at the end of the email, which every business email should contain actually. So signature, I can use my Mailbutler's team signature. If you were in contact with me before, you would already see that signature. That's the signature I'm really using. I have the outro, always have a great day. That's why I can remove best Tobias. And looks good. We have a marketing banner. We are actually promoting at the moment our smart assistant, which is here. And when you click on it, I can't click it here because there's no link. The link is added after sending. You would come to our feature page about the smart assistant and learn more about it. Good. But yeah, it's nice that Toby has such a signature. You also want such a signature, probably. That's why we can quickly create one together, because I think we have time for it. So I opened the account and preference of Mailbutler. This is also where we just created the template, and this time we go to signatures. And here's my signature, but we create a new one. I'm clicking on the plus. And what Mailbutler did, it took from my profile all the info, which I have there, and already created a complete signature for me, ready to use. But I'm not really happy with the look and feel, so I can change the template, the overall style of it. Let's use black tie. Now it looks like that. I can change the font, but I keep it. I can change the colors, and let's assume our branding is dark green now, not our Mailbutler mint anymore. So the color didn't change that much. Still too colorful down here for me. Social icons, use brand color as well. Change, done. Now I could change all the addresses and stuff like that, all the info about me, but I keep it. And here is also the image, which is my profile image. I could change it, but I also will keep it here. Now I want to add also like a marketing banner down here. And let's assume we are selling drinks now. And I'm adding an image, which I just created like an hour ago, using OpenAI's artificial intelligence, DALI, and I told the AI to create an image to promote a drink. Here it is. Let's crop it a little bit like this. Done. It's here, pretty big. Let's change it a little bit, the width. I don't know, like this. And also the corner looks very hard. Make them round. And the last thing I will do is adding a button to it. So here's button text and button link, which Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. Sorry, technology. Button text is, for example, order now the drink. And button link is mailbutler.io. So where's the button? Here, order now. I have a button. I could, of course, also insert the button into the image and stuff like that. When you have a designer, they would design way better marketing images. And now it's done. The most powerful thing about the signature feature is when you're working in a team, you could say now, share it with my entire team. And this means when I click on it, everyone in the Mailbutler team will have this signature right at the fingertips in Apple Mail, Gmail, or Outlook without doing anything. I will share it now with Anna, just to not confuse everyone here. And now I have these logs. And this means, because I created this signature, I don't want Anna to change the address. Also, I don't want it to change the social icons or the colors. I'm locking stuff which only I can change. So Anna can change her name or her phone number, but for example, not the website. And that's also making it super powerful because no one can mess around with the design, or maybe you could lock the image. So only you can change the gallery here, locked. So created, I'm closing it, it's saved. Let's call it webinar 3. Done, closed. I need to refresh it once. So I'm creating a new email. Let's quickly get the template again. And here is it. Here it is, the new signature. Done. I forgot to add the outro to the signature, so I would need to add it like no manually. And as you see, from now on, you can send emails with a professional signature. Takes you 2 minutes. When you play around a lot, maybe 10 to 15 minutes to create it. But you don't need any technical knowledge or anything. It's a HTML signature, so it's responsive. So when you check it on small screens, it goes like that. And it doesn't add like any attachment. So the image is not attached to that email. It's really integrated into the email with the HTML code. So it's a perfect professional signature.
Hey,
Good.
Tobias, we have some
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
So Max is asking if it's possible to add a signature on mobile.
Yes, so that's possible, but it's like there's a workaround for it, basically. So it's possible, but the workaround is quite long, so I'm not going to explain it now. But please send an email to support@mailbutler.io, and then we can send you instructions.
Yeah, we have a support center article for it. Yeah.
And Steve is asking if one signature can be applied to both email clients, because Steve is using both Outlook and Apple Mail.
Yeah, that's
the thing is, Julia,
sorry,
go ahead.
Okay, so yes, you can do that. It's like the important thing is just that you use the same Mailbutler account. So you can use Mailbutler account for an unlimited number of email addresses and for all of your email clients and on 2 computers. And on all those devices and everything, you can use the same Mailbutler signature. So just log in with the same Mailbutler account in Outlook, which you're also using in Apple Mail, and then you'll see the same signature and you'll be able to use the same signature.
Maybe to add on that, everything you do is in sync all the time, no matter if it's a template, a tag, whatever. It's really linked to your Mailbutler account. It's not linked to Apple Mail or stuff like that. So you can switch between the email clients. You have every information everywhere, always. Yeah.
And one last question, Nika is asking if you can upload your business logo, I'm assuming, to the email signature, and that's possible.
Yeah,
yes.
So you can upload it instead of this image, for example, or here an image. So it's possible.
You can also upload both, like your profile picture, a logo, and a picture, like in this gallery section, we call it, like where Tobias has uploaded the picture of the drinks. And you can also upload videos in that section. So you can upload a lot of images. You can just play around with it. It's really self-explanatory how the signature editor works. And you can do a lot of stuff. You can change a lot. Yeah, you can really adjust it to your needs.
You can also add a disclaimer at the bottom, which has like a formatting of a disclaimer. It's really very flexible. Yeah. Good.
So yeah, so after this demo from Tobias, we have again summed up some of our most recommended tips and best practices on how to craft emails. So the first practice that we recommend always applying when writing emails is to make your subject lines specific and concise. So the subject line should really catch your recipient's attention and at the same time should give them an idea what your email is going to be about. You should also follow a similar approach when writing the email itself. So you should be brief in your email. You should stick to one topic per email. And that will basically make it easier for your recipient to really, understand what your email is about and take the actions that you have requested in your email. What is also very important is to structure your email well by using headings and subheadings and to add a professional touch to your email by using a signature, as Tobias has just presented. So the signature should contain all of your contact data as well as a link to your website, but it can also contain other information like a call to action button or videos or anything else that Tobias has just shown. In general, we recommend to avoid using humor and sarcasm in emails. Humor is, of course, very subjective, and even if you're finding something funny, your recipient might not understand it because they have a different sense of humor, or even they might find something offensive. And what you should also avoid is sharing confidential information in an email because maybe your recipient's assistant is going to read your email, maybe the email will get forwarded. So yeah, just be careful what information you're putting into your emails. And last but not least, you should not reply to emails when you're in a bad mood. So rather calm down and then address what has upset you in a calm and rational way. And that's more beneficial for both the recipient and yourself.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Julia. So coming back to that email, we didn't send it yet. Let's add a recipient. And there's a reason why we didn't send it yet, because there are 3 more features which are about sending an email. So you have different options. The first option is this one. You can say set delivery date. This means you send this email not now, you send it later. For example, you could say, I don't know, tomorrow morning. When you're working late at night, don't send emails. Can't recommend sending emails at night. Send it on the next morning. Then the next thing is the email tracking. So think about if you want to enable email tracking for this email or not. I have it enabled by default. I'm tracking all my emails. That's why it was activated already. But of course, you have the choice if you want to track it or not. Tracking means if I'm sending this email not to Julia, I would know exactly if Julia opened the email, I would receive a notification, like a real-time notification when Julia is opening the email. And I also activated open and clicks. So I would even know if Julia clicked any of these links inside the email. And for example, I also have a lot of links here in the signature. And you would be surprised how many people are checking out the social media icons. Yeah. So they like to click on these. And that was the second option, tracking. The third option is a little bit hidden here under task, is follow-up task. And that's actually my favorite feature, because follow-up task means I'm adding a task to every outgoing email, actually. That's how I'm doing it. And the task gets removed when the user or when the recipient replies to that email. So I'm always expecting a reply to my email. I think I always have like a question, a call to action, asking for something. So I want to get an answer. And keeping track of all these ongoing conversation is impossible nearly. Because if they don't reply, you will simply forget about that email and then this conversation is lost. And for me, I always get the follow-up reminder. So for example, here on Friday at 5:30, I'm getting a follow-up reminder because my default set time is 3 days. I give the recipient 3 days to reply. If they didn't reply, I will send them a follow-up email. And here is this flash, which indicates that there's an automation behind it. So if reply is received to this email, the task gets deleted. So Mailbutler is also cleaning up actually these follow-up tasks As you could imagine, I'm adding it to every email. I would get like 1,000 notifications per week or per month. And then it's not helpful anymore. Yeah. Just a link clicked to one of my emails. I just received a live notification that was not planned. And that's about follow-up reminder. Now I'm good to go to send it. I have a follow-up reminder. I have tracking enabled. I will send it right away because it's not late at night and the email goes out, but I will not send it now. I can go to my send folder. And here I have a email. I've sent it actually this morning or this afternoon to Julia and Irina, and I want to show you how the tracking in the end looks. So as you can see, there are 2 check marks. This means the email has been opened. When I hover over it, I see first open and first click. When I click on it, I get all the details. So the email was opened in total 2 times. There were like 3 link clicks, and the last link click was just happened now. From North Macedonia, so I'm pretty sure Irina clicked on that link. Here are also more link clicks, so I get like a history about this email. And I also see that twice the pricing link was clicked. So it gives me an idea, okay, Irina is really checking out my pricing, but she's not getting back to me. So my follow-up email should maybe more about pricing structure, asking if there are any questions, and less about technical stuff. Yeah. As you can see, this tracking info really gives you valuable insights about how to plan your follow-up email. But we don't stop here. Mailbutler is even providing a small customer relationship management tool, like a CRM tool. And here highlighted is the message tab. This means everything here is related to this email. Next to it, you see Julia and Irina. And when I click, for example, on Julia, I switch to the contact tab. So we're not talking about this email anymore. Now we're talking about Julia. I could add notes to her. I could add tasks for myself, which are related to Julia. Could be, for example, preparing a quote for a client or anything like that. Here, I even get some statistics because I've been in touch with Julia couple of times, and this shows me, okay, she's really active in the morning in her inbox, not that much in the afternoon. So to really catch her, I should send around 8-9 o'clock my email. On the weekend, also same here, more like in the morning. And down here we have even a communication history for Julia. Here's always me from Tobias. But if, for example, someone else of my team would message her via email, I would see it here as well. So if, I don't know, an assistant or anyone else is in touch already with Julia, you would see it from here. Yeah. So it's very important to check it from time to time before sending it, so you're not miscommunicating, because we had customers who sent, like, because they had no management at all, they've sent to a client 2 quotes from 2 different people within the company. And the bad thing was the quote has different prices in the end. So the client received like 2 quotes and they were able to pick like the cheaper one. Yeah. Good. CRM. Any questions, Irina? If not,
Yes, maybe we can talk about tasks for a while. So someone has asked if Max has asked if it can be done by default, and I'm assuming Max, you're talking about adding follow-up tasks by default, or you were talking about the automations?
I'm quickly showing it. So I'm composing a new email. And as you can see, I have it set to default. Automatically, I have a follow-up reminder here without me clicking here, because in the settings, account and preferences, general, you can say, automations. When I send an email, add follow-up task, always. Because as I said before, I'm adding always a follow-up task. I'm not sure if it makes sense for you. You can always, of course, decide on the go if you want to add one or not. I'm adding always one. Yeah. So it's possible to add them.
So do we have any more questions, Irina?
I think this is the last slide, and then we have the QA session.
Yeah, then we can do it like
Yes,
that. Yeah,
maybe we
because
can.
I think many questions were asked. Yeah. So
Yes.
so as Tobias said, this is the last slide, and again we have some tips for you this time on how to efficiently manage your emails. So let's take a look. So no matter when you prefer to work, some people are night owls, some people are early birds, you should always send your emails during regular working hours. That just increases your chance of getting a reply. Secondly, you should always track your emails. So knowing how your emails are performing and if your recipients are reading them is really key to successful email communication, no matter which business you work in. Just as important as tracking is monitoring your ongoing email conversations. So you should keep an eye over your emails and that you've sent out, and always know whether you've received a reply or not in case you need to send a follow-up email, as Tobias was just showing. Besides keeping track of your emails, you should also keep track of all your to-dos that result from your emails and set yourself reminders. So this can be anything from reminding yourself to schedule a call with a client to a reminder to confirm your vacation days. And as we're talking about how you can keep track, another very important practice is that you should always save all your customer interactions in a CRM tool. A CRM tool is basically an archive of your email conversations, but it also gives you valuable insights into customer behavior and much more. And lastly, when working in a team, you should always keep in mind that the key to efficient teamwork is sharing information. So develop and apply an information flow within your team and make sure that everybody is always in the loop with anything that's happening in the team. Yeah, so these are our tips. This was our demo, and now we switch to the Q&A and answer all of your questions.
So if you snooze an email until tomorrow, but later in the day want to find it,
yes,
is it visible? Yeah, we
already
talked
answered
about
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tags only show on
Next
the Mailbutler
one
inbox. We
as
also
well. We've done that. The next one as well.
Can
Mailbutler help me organize sort emails? So I'm not sure. I think this was asked at the beginning. So I think we've already been showing how to do that. So Tobias has showed the tags feature, the snooze feature, the tasks you can set. So maybe, if the person who asked this thinks that this wasn't maybe answered yet, maybe they can ask again. But I think we've covered that one basically.
Yeah, I recommend start using tags. For every new email you're receiving, use tags, and then you can easily filter out the emails you're looking for. Yeah.
The next one is snooze available in Gmail.
Yes.
Well, Mailbutler snooze feature is not available in Gmail for the simple reason that Gmail provides its own snooze feature.
Yeah.
So yeah. Is it possible to share tags in the team? Sharing tags is not possible, but if you, for example, because you can share notes, tasks, message templates, and so on, and if you, for example, if you've added a note with Mailbutler and you've added a tag to that note and you share the note, then your collaborator will see your tag on this note. Yeah, but sharing tags as such is not possible.
Yeah, question 7 is about performance issues. We heard about this problem. To be honest, sometimes it's related that your MacBook is a little bit too old. Yeah.
There can be different reasons actually, and it's like we would really need to investigate your individual case. It's definitely not a regular problem that all of our users are experiencing. It can happen from time to time, just like any other bug can happen when you're using technology. So just email us at support@mailbutler.io and we'll look into this. I'm sure that we can find a solution.
Yeah. Using Apple Mail rules, we are not integrating with Apple Mail rules at the moment, so you can't create tags based on any kind of Apple Mail rules. That's not possible. How well works the summarizing tool in German? It works super well. to be honest, it works super well in every language. Just give it a try. Yeah. I'm not seeing this.
I think that's because Tobias was presenting Apple Mail, and he was presenting our Apple Mail version for macOS Sonoma, so the latest macOS. But if you're using Gmail, Outlook, or if you're using an older operating system than macOS Sonoma, it will be located in a different place. We have a support center on how to snooze emails, and there you can just check for the email client you're using, and then you'll see the snooze button. Yeah, for example, this
in the
is
sidebar. The thing is, this here is brand new. I think we released it today. This is really brand new. The option from here, also the option to create notes and tasks from here. So the old kind of way is also from here.
Yeah.
So the good thing is from now you can even with the Mailbutler sidebar closed, you can snooze an email. Yeah.
But if you're, for example, using an older macOS than Sonoma, then the snooze button would be directly in Apple Mail. So just check our support center article on snooze, and there you'll find information on how to snooze for your email client.
Can the filter also be not tag, as I don't show things that have preference? I'm not fully understand this question, to be honest, but the general filters we have, which I quickly showed, there are many options. You don't have to filter by tags. There are also other filter options, but I'm not sure what exactly you want to filter for. Yeah.
Yeah, you can basically filter any information that you see in the Mailbutler dashboard, whether it's your emails, your tasks, or anything.
How do I get into the Smart Assistant? Maybe you are on a paid plan which is not covering the Smart Assistant. Let's quickly open our pricing. The Smart Assistant, as the name says, is in the Smart plan. So if you're on the tracking or professional plan, you would need to upgrade to the Smart plan. And then you have full access to the Smart Assistant. Yeah. Is there an iPhone app? Yeah, we have a companion app which gives you an idea of what's happening in your inbox. You see all your tasks and notes and stuff like that, but it's not fully it's not covering all the features. Yeah, because we are more like a desktop app. Yeah.
But you have the option to set up tracking for the native email app on your phone.
Yeah.
And we also have a support center article about this. But if you can't find it, just again send an email to support@mailbutler.io and we'll send you the link.
Das Webinar war in Deutsch angekündigt. We've sent a German email.
But we mentioned in that email, probably missed it because it was just at the end of the email, that the webinar will be conducted in English. But you probably missed that part and were confused by the fact that the email announcing the webinar was in German. So we're sorry about that. We're doing this webinar in English because most of our users are either from the US or just international. So we're sorry about that. But we're happy to answer any questions about inbox management in German. Again, if you send an email to support@mailbutler.io.
Multiple inboxes, simple answer, yes. Every inbox you have in your Apple Mail, Gmail, or Outlook, probably not Gmail, but Outlook and Apple Mail, you can use Mailbutler for, and you only need one license. We had that question already. No, it doesn't.
We've also covered the next one. Can you please show my response?
Subject, could you go over this, please? Search.
So I think you're referring to the search which we have in the Mailbutler dashboard, where you can basically search for your emails. I'm not sure what the issue is you're having. Like, just you need to be aware that in the search in Mailbutler, you will only find the emails that you've used a Mailbutler feature for. So whether it's an email you've sent with tracking or whether it's an email you added a note to, you won't find all of the emails in your inbox, because Mailbutler only shows you the emails in the features, like I said, the emails that you've used the Mailbutler feature for. But there might be, I'm not sure what the reason is why you're having trouble with the search. Maybe it's a bug, I'm not sure, but I think it's the easiest if you again send us an email to support@mailbutler.io, and then we can look into it.
We had question 20 and 21. Will we be able to send a copy of this webinar? Yes, you will receive a copy of a recording tomorrow. Tags, can you select multiple messages and tag them all at the same time?
No.
And that's not possible at the moment.
Yeah, you can only tag individual emails.
We had this question about uploading the logo.
If you send them over. Well, at the moment, the mobile instructions, we do not have a support center article on this because it's not a feature as such. It's a workaround where you basically copy your email signature, and it's a little bit complicated. It's a workaround we've basically come up with because we had quite a number of users asking about it. We could add it to the support center, but at the moment we don't have one. So it's best if you contact us via email and then we can send it to you.
Do you find that too many links negatively impacts deliverability? Yes and no, I would say. It always depends how you're using your inbox. So Mailbutler is actually designed for your business email communication. We're not a mass emailing tool or stuff like that. So for your normal business communication, actually you should normally in general don't have a problem with the deliverability because you're not spamming or anything. And most of the time you contact with the same person a couple of times. Yeah. If
And
you're
also,
really using a lot cold emailing, like outreach, yes, that's why I said yes and no. It could harm, but it's not necessary. Yeah.
But Mailbutler's link tracking feature, I think this was asked in that context, shouldn't have any influence because we're making sure that it's a bit complicated. We use like a redirect link, but we're making sure that this redirect link really is not likely to be detected as spam. So using Mailbutler's link tracking feature should definitely not increase the spamminess of your emails.
Mailbutler Reminder with Reminders app. Yeah, we have integrations for the task and notes. We didn't mention it today because it would be too much. But when you search for Mailbutler integrations, you find an article and it's super easy to set up. Yeah, it's like 2 to 3 clicks. And then you have all the Mailbutler tasks, also the Reminder app or Todoist or Asana, Meistertask. There are multiple apps we're supporting.
The next one we did already have. That was the default follow-ups.
Yeah.
Then 29, tasks to pop up all the time. I mean, you should only receive a task due notification if your task is due. You shouldn't constantly receive it. I don't know, maybe you have, for example, you have this set up that follow-up tasks are added to each of your email, then you would obviously receive task notifications more often. Again, I don't know, it could be a bug. We could look into it if you send us an email. But if you don't want to receive task notifications at all, you can also turn them off in your notification settings. But if there's an issue, just send us an email and we'll look into it.
So which plan do I need for email task? We can have a look again. The professional plan covers email task, but if you want to have like the smart task, which automatically change to done and stuff like that, then you need to go to the smart plan. Yeah, to be honest, I really recommend the smart plan. Yeah, because most of the features are there, and there you also have these automations which really save you time. Yeah.
In Apple Mail, when I click on the email to create a task, it won't edit. Like, this sounds very strange. I've also never heard about such an issue, but maybe again, there's some kind of issue. So again, if this is still happening, just send us an email and we'll look into it. Will these features be coming to Gmail tasks? I mean, like the next question. So will these features be coming to Gmail? We all of the features that Tobias was showing are in Gmail. Yeah, so they're available in Gmail. Mailbutler is available for Apple Mail, Gmail, and Outlook.
Next question. We have a lot of zero inbox fans. I'm not one of them, to be honest. My inbox is always full with emails. I'm using tags and tasks to manage them, but I'm not archiving them, to be honest. Yeah. That's how I said it in the beginning. It's really everyone works differently with emails, and that's why I never told you guys you have to do it this way. I showed you most of the time different ways to do certain things, and you need to figure out which fits to your workflow. For example, if you are a zero inbox fan, you should definitely use snooze, for example. that keeps your inbox really clean. Yeah. Which CRM tool is working best with Mailbutler? None, because we have our own. So we are not integrating with any CRM tool. Yeah.
Regarding sorting, can it auto filter into subfolders? I'm not sure, but I think if that you're asking if you can set up some kind of automation with Mailbutler to automatically have your email like categorized and filtered into certain folders by routes. This is at the moment not possible and not part of our tags feature, but it's planned for the future. Yeah. Filter.
Yeah, I think you can actually there's an option to remove the done task. Yeah. Don't show done task. Yeah. That's
Is it
how I
related
understand.
I think it's related to tags, not tasks.
Tags.
Question, but I don't fully understand it. I think you're asking, okay, if you filter in your dashboard, if you can
No, I understand
apply
it
this.
now.
Yeah.
That's actually a nice feature request. Show every email who has not that tag. Yeah. Yeah. We will send it to our product team. Yeah. Is using task within the contact information. Add tag. What?
I'm not sure, but you can add tags in the contacts sidebar. That's possible, but I'm not sure if I fully understand the question. Tasks within the contact. Yeah, I'm not
Task
sure.
and tags is something different. So
Yeah.
both is there. Yeah, I think that's the
I'm not
answer.
sure if we haven't fully understood the question. Feel free to send us another email, maybe with a screenshot where we can better see what you mean, and then we can answer the question.
I have 3 companies. You can create unlimited signatures. As you saw, I had a Mailbutler signature. I created one for my bottle company, and you can create. It even makes sense. A lot of users use one signature for the marketing team, one signature for the support team. So they have different signatures for each department. Yeah.
Can you snooze on the iPhone? No, that's impossible. Snoozing within the mobile app is not available. Then where you can change. So you can
quickly show that
maybe,
last question.
show it.
So here, I'm down here, the little gear icon to open the Mailbutler preferences. And we have tags down here. And here you can delete tags. I have to search here, that's why I don't see them. You can change the color. You can delete them and so on. You can even change the wording. So it's always like that now. It's flexible. Yeah, I saw the last message. Yes, we are sending a recording to everyone. Everyone who signed up for the webinar, and that's why you're here actually. We are sending a recording tomorrow morning. Yeah. Good. Irina, I think that was. Let's have a quick look. Yeah. So if you have any question, we will stay for another 2 to 3 minutes for the rest of us, for you. Thanks a lot for joining. I think we never had that many questions. It was super interactive. I like that. It's really nice to see what kind of questions you have. And I hope to see you all again, and of course, inside the product. And I hope you can save time now a little bit, managing your emails, or at least more structured, and don't lose track of them, and don't forget important emails in the future. It's not just about saving time or being super productive, it's also about being organized. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for all the nice messages I see here. Good. As I said, feel free to ask questions. We will stay here. If you don't have any question, of course, you can leave. There's no product roadmap to add snooze to the iPhone. The thing is, on the iPhone, the Mail app is not accessible to us. That's why we can't even do it. It has technical reasons. Yeah. Question. Whenever I open a send message on my iPhone, but I think that's received message. Even so,
Yes. Well, there's actually, yeah, that's because, as Tobias just said, Mailbutler is not added to the Mailbut app, but there is actually a setting inside the Mailbutler mobile app where you can prevent yourself from triggering tracking when you send your emails, when you check your emails on the Mail app on your phone. Again, send an email to support@mailbutler.io, and yeah, I'll send you the instructions. Yeah, or let me
another
find
question
link for
asking
you.
about if we could build our own mail app. To be honest, of course we could do that, but we think Outlook, Gmail, and Apple Mail, they're doing a great job in sending emails. And we're doing a great job in adding features. So it's the perfect combination. And people don't like to switch their email client. So even if we would come up with something next month, I'm pretty sure 90% of you guys would stick to Apple Mail, Gmail, Outlook because it's familiar to you, and that's great. And you should stay there and just take advantage of our extra features in your known user interface. Yeah.
I think Josh has just added that he's asking about building your own email client on the iPhone. So he's
Okay.
referring to the iPhone. But I mean, yeah, again, the feedback would be the same. So we just focused mainly on desktop email management, right? Tobias.
Yeah.
So yeah. No, it's not planned. Yeah, not our main focus.
Good. People are leaving. No one is typing. At least I don't see it.
Yes, thank you everyone for all your interest and questions, feedback. We really appreciate it. And please expect the webinar recording link during tomorrow. So yeah, you'll be able to revisit all the information.
Yeah.
And feel free to reach out to us if you have any specific questions, anything really that wasn't answered during this session.
Yeah. So we're really responding to our emails. So no matter what kind of email you receive from us, you can reply to it and ask us anything. Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Special thanks to Irina and Julia for organizing this webinar. And talk to you all very soon. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Bye. With an Apple Mail was that handy? So one feature that is missing in Apple Mail that was handy in other mail apps was the ability to group by sender. So all the sender emails show up on one line. I'm not sure if I fully understand what you mean, but we have that in the context feature. So when you, for example, I click on the contact Julia, and down here I have the communication history, and there you would see all the emails from Julia, yeah, or from that specific client. And of course, you can jump to the email, no problem at all, and see all the details. Yeah. So maybe that works for you. Emails sent to Julia, it's not from. Yeah. But yeah. Good. That's in it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.